Hello besties, here we are with another tutorial. This is the tissue cover. Make sure to join us at Misfit Makers on Facebook for an awesome crafting community, and make sure to go to our website misfit-makers.com. Okay, we're gonna get started with this cylinder tissue holder. You can find these on Amazon. I will make sure to list them in the description. And we're gonna do a simple design here, just using 3 alcohol inks, some foam brushes, and make sure to spray paint your tissue cover with white matte spray paint. Okay, let's get started with the first color. I am going to do a kind of like diagonal design. You can kind of do whatever you want. The sky's the limit for ideas. I love using inks because they're just so versatile. So anyway, I'm gonna get my little handy dandy foam brush here and start off with my first color. I'll make sure to list all the colors that I used in the description in case you want to recreate this design. This would look awesome on a tumbler as well, but like I said, today we are giving it a little twist and using a tissue cover. I'm gonna go in with my next color right beside it at a diagonal. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. At the end, we're gonna kind of blend them all together, so it doesn't really matter. Make sure that you just cover all that white up, but again, we're gonna give it another pass, so it doesn't matter if you leave out some little white spaces. We will come back and blend them together. And you can use any variation of color, any combination of colors. Just make sure that when they blend, when they touch, they don't create a color that you don't want. So you may want to practice like on a piece of tissue paper just to see how the colors will blend. You don't want them to turn a yucky green or brown if that's not your intention. So I made sure just to pick some really beautiful colors that I know that once they blend, they will look beautiful, like a little purpley or a little pinky, just so that, because they're gonna touch and they're going to blend, and actually that is the goal. You want to blend your seams, that way it looks all cohesive and dreamy and just overall super cool. As I go around my tissue cover, I am going to alternate the colors, just kind of in a pattern. If it doesn't come out even, then it's completely okay. If that bothers you, then just make sure you evenly space out your colors so there's an even amount of sections, I guess. But I just kind of go with it, just roll with it. It's art, and if you don't like what you create, it's okay. You can always grab some alcohol with a paper towel and wipe it down, or you can always spray paint over it and start all over again. But do not spray paint prematurely, because you never know. You have to trust the process. You got to see what the end result's going to be, because if you scratch it off and start over before you see how it all blends at the end, then you may miss out on a really cool design. So anyway, I just encourage you guys, trust the process, work through it, and once you're done blending and everything, I promise it's going to come together. Okay, now for our blending of the seams and kind of going over spots that we may have missed. So I'm just gonna start again from the beginning and then just work my way around the tissue cover, making sure that I covered all the white spaces, and then grab that same color and kind of pat it over your seams just to kind of blend it. As you see here, the colors kind of change, like they become a little bit purpley. Remember what I was saying, make sure that you pick colors that will blend together well, because once they overlap, they will turn colors, and so you want to make sure it's a pretty color that they blend into, not a yucky green or something like that. And you may just have to kind of play around with it, because I remember when I first started with alcohol inks, I didn't realize how well they blended, which is a blessing and a curse. And then my yellow, if you use yellow and then you use red, or you use like a yellow and a blue, sometimes it turns kind of greeny or weird. So anyway, just rambling along, kind of learn from my mistakes. But anyway, as you see here, I'm just kind of blending each color, making sure that everything looks nice. Oh, look at me cleaning up. I'm trying to clean up because this stuff stains everything. So make sure you wear an apron or gloves or anything like that. That's why I love using these little sponge brushes, because your fingers stay clean. But if you're more like a hands-on type, like you need to be touching it, I recommend using gloves and maybe like a little sponge to sponge it. I love doing that. Ooh, look at that roll. Did you see the little top roll? I was like, is that a bug? Oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh my gosh. I was like, what is that? Anyway, rambling on. Okay, now I'm going with this pink, kind of blending it in. Once you find what you like, once you see what you like, then call it quits, okay? You wanna just let it go. Okay. Here it's already epoxied once. If you notice, I added a little bit of glitter to my epoxy to give it that sparkle without like too much glitter, you know, because I still want that alcohol ink look. So anyway, I am going to sand it very lightly. It only has one coat of epoxy. Also clean inside your rim, like if you dripped any epoxy, this is a good time to do that. I'm just gonna sand it down really good. Any little bubbles or high spots, you wanna make sure that it's nice and smooth for your decal. After you sand it, you wanna clean it off. I like to clean it off with water and usually a coffee filter, but I couldn't find any, so I just used a little paper towel. But it's okay, so clean it off really good to get it ready for your decal. Okay, once it's nice and clean, let's weed this decal. Let me tell you guys a little bit about this decal. Well, first of all, I use one of my favorite kinds of vinyl, which is the textured gold vinyl from Cricut. I will link it in the description as well. But I forgot to change my cut settings. This stuff is thick, so you need a little bit more pressure than your normal regular vinyl. As you see, I am struggling here, and I even sped this up. I swear it took me like 20 minutes to weed this tiny little decal. But anyway, this decal says, it's fine, I'm fine, everything is fine, which is perfect because I was on the struggle bus. When I tell you struggle bus, I meant struggle bus, and I was determined not to have to recut. Okay, so after I weeded it, let me tell you some more issues that I had. I could not find some transfer tape. So look at what I'm using. If you guys notice it, it is one of those lint roller stuff, and it worked great. It worked great. So anyway, here it is. It's just simple little decal. I thought it would be cute, like sitting on a desk, you know. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. So anyway, after this, I epoxied it 2 more times till it's nice and smooth and beautiful. And here she is. She is so pretty, very simple, very cute. Not all cups have to, or not all designs have to be super intricate. Sometimes there's a lot of beauty in simplicity. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to check out our Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon members, and also make sure to follow us on Facebook and check out MM Besties Patreon. Till next time.